Guys, what's up? My name's Zwordz, and today I'm going to be showing you how to rank up from Platinum to Diamond solo for Apex Legends Season 8. I know a lot of you have been looking forward to this guide, so make sure to watch this video all the way to the end so you don't miss a thing. And you know what? For those that make it to the end, I'll even throw in a bonus tip. If you've been following these videos or just want to bring your gameplay to the next level, these next few months, I'm going to be listening to my community to make helpful content for what you all want. So, if you want to help the overall community improve, leave a like and subscribe so we can spread a little more positivity and motivation around, because I want to push you guys to your limits and help you reach your goals. And if you join my Discord, you'll get updated whenever I go live on Twitch, and my Discord community is hella positive and chill. So if you need a teammate or just want a vibe, there you go. Now, self-promo aside, let's get right into the video. So if you thought people got stuck in gold, even more people get stuck in plat. Players are generally a lot better here. You're going to see players of all different skill levels at this level of play. People are going to be doing strats that you probably haven't seen before. There's going to be a lot of synergy going on over here. So just keep that in mind. You're going to see people with crazy aim, snipers, people with wingmans, people with insane accuracy. You need to look out for them. And you need to make sure that you can match that accuracy too. Teams are going to be working together, be a little bit more coordinated. That's typically the meta of what Platinum is, to be honest with you. So in order to prepare you for this tier, you already know, we got to talk about your playstyle and mindset. So in order for you to rank up to Platinum, you're going to have to adopt a passive-aggressive playstyle if you want to do it solo. Passive-aggressive means only taking the fights that you need to take when it matters. Otherwise, you're going to want to ignore those fights that are going to put you at a disadvantage. Meaning, don't push every fight. Think about what value or risk you're putting on your team before taking those fights. This ranked tier is a tier about where teamwork really starts to matter. You're going to want to work with your randoms and try to synergize with them as best as you can, because cutting it alone isn't going to work. And the skills you adopt here, you're just going to have to apply into the higher tiers if you want to rank up there too. So start now. Start working on your teamwork. Start working on synergy. Legends synergize in different ways. There's so many different creative ways that you can combine your abilities with each other. So try your best to do that, and you're going to start to see yourself climb. This is where a majority of decent to good players are at. So you're not going to find too many bad players here. Sure, you'll come across the occasional silly random, but be on the lookout. People got some pretty good aim. So what I would say to get started on this is you don't want to play frustrated or on tilt. You're going to put yourself on a losing streak if you play in a bad mindset. A single player with the right mindset can squad wipe a full team of frustrated players. This is because if you're in the right mindset, then you're thinking about, you're aware, you're thinking about your next action, making good decisions. But if you're frustrated, you're only thinking about your mistakes, and that kind of mindset is going to end up getting you killed and cause you to have negative RP, which is what we're trying to avoid. Your mental game is probably even more important than your in-game actions. You need to have a good, chill state of mind if you're going to rank up solo through plat. Next up, no hot drops. You're going to put yourself in a 50-50 situation most of the time where you're either going to win or lose that hot drop. It's an unnecessary risk if you're trying to hit diamond within a couple hours to a day. So start landing at places where nobody is going. I understand sometimes teammates are going to land some of you in hot drops, and I know it's really hard to avoid that. So what you can do is you can land somewhere else nearby that hot drop so you can loot up and then run over to help up your team, or make a decision to commit to that drop and act on it. Sometimes you can win those fights, but hot drops are really random. RNG is a really random thing, and randomness and your RP do not mix. So try to put things a little bit more in your favor by looting up safely and then starting to get into those fights. Next up, you're actually going to want to start sticking with your randoms. Believe it or not, this actually works. Most of the time, one of your randoms is probably a really good player. So figure out which of your teammates is that player that you're going to want to stick with and play it out with them. Usually in teams, there's two players that are basically carrying the third. So I would say as a solo player that if you're really sticking with some dude, help them with fights, they're going to help you. And if you two have each other's back, then it's going to really encourage your third teammate to stick with you guys much more closely. The problem that I see in Platinum is that players tend to drift apart from each other, and this usually leads to someone getting split off and killed by another team. You don't want to split off from your team, seriously. Try not to drift away from your randoms too much. You are much stronger as one than you are as three, if that makes sense. The way I see it, the more glued you are to somebody, the more likely you are to end up in those 2v1 situations. Those situations are easy fights. Imagine running up on a player and you have your teammate with you. You're gonna gun them down so easily. which is going to get you RP. But if you're not sticking with your teammate and they run up ahead and get a kill, you miss out on that RP. So that's why sticking together is really important, especially as a solo queue player. Another thing is, I know y'all are some slayers, for real, but don't fight the lobby. Don't fight the lobby. This is not third-party simulator, all right? We're trying to take them easy fights. We ain't trying to fight everybody. Those fights that are in open areas, you hear so much fighting. They've been fighting there forever. That's because teams are third-partying, and teams are third-partying those third parties. It just goes on and on. Really? Avoid those type of fights, please. If a fight is taking too long and you're at the center of attention, you should run away. Dip out and go. Usually the best fights of third party are the teams that are still fighting in between the next ring and the storm, because that space in between, people aren't rotating to. People are rotating to the ring. They're not rotating back to the storm. So if you can third party teams fighting in these areas, you just might get away with a little bit more RP. If there's one thing I noticed that's gonna help a lot of my fellow solo queue players out there, is the 10 squad rule. And I just made it up. So yeah, what I noticed is that at 10 squads or meeting in plat lobbies, the skill level of teams actually gets pretty higher. This is because teams with lower skill levels get wiped out early. So what I learned is that you should try getting your kill points before you see 10 squads remaining. Otherwise, you're a little more likely to run into one of these teams and get some negative RP. Easier teams to fight are always going to be the first 10 squads to go down in platinum. Find one of these teams, find an easy fight, get somewhere advantageous, and take them down. You're gonna get a lot of points this way. I noticed that I carried my early game points into my late game, and when I was going for position and placement, then I got so many points. Even if I lost that game, I still got away with a lot of points. And I got the feeling that a lot of you are gonna get points this way too. So catch on to this and try to eliminate one of these first 10 squads. You know what else? Be cautious with jump towers. A lot of you may be used to taking jump towers in public matches, but in ranked, you're going to want to be way more cautious. Jump towers tend to give away your position, and sometimes you can land on a full team and get wiped instantly. If you can get to your destination on foot, it's usually better than giving away your position. But if you're in the storm and you need to get out, then it's pretty much alright to use a jump tower for the most part. Just be really careful. You always leave behind a dive trail when you're leaving a jump tower, so it's really super easy for players to track you and know which direction you're going in. Ooh, here's another good tip. Don't help your teammates in a bad situation if you think you're going to end up dying. And now, before some of you go off on me in the comments, let me explain. If both your teammates are down in a bad situation and you think you'll die trying to save them, you should run away, because you're going to risk everyone's RP if you take that situation. Let me give you an example. During one of my games on my grind back to diamond on my ult account, I was down next to a teammate in an open area and our Pathfinder dipped out. Honestly, I was pretty proud of them, and I was really glad they ran away to abandon us so that I could get more RP. And you know what happened? I did. With a decent amount of points, our Pathfinder ratted their way to second place. So good job on you, Pathy. This multiplied the points of everyone on our team. So don't feel bad about leaving your teammates. If that Pathfinder would have took the risk to try to res us, they probably would have died and I would not have gained as much points. A lot of you are good people and you have good souls. I get that. So sometimes it's kind of hard to leave behind your teammates when they're down and pleading for help. But really, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive and carry your team's RP to the end to make it through. I see a lot of you guys try to be heroes in impossible situations that you know you can't win just to appease your teammates. Only make that call as a last resort if you have to leave them behind in an impossible situation. Which, if both your teammates are down and you're last alive, then you're gonna have to rat. Ratting as a solo player should be your last means of playing. Typically, you probably won't have to do this too much in Platinum. My guess is your team likely got squad wiped around mid-game and you're in a situation where you need to rat it out to the end so you can get RP. You're going to want to hide in trees, find areas that people don't really check normally, off areas. Sometimes you can hide in between rocks. You're going to have to experiment a little. Just take a look, think about where you can go, places that people don't look, and you might just be good. Typically finding a good spot at the edge of the ring is usually the best choice. You're going to want to use the R301. My solo queue friends, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Use the R301. This gun is literally so good right now. If you're not using it, you're seriously missing out on easily beaming other players. Like, go to the firing range and shoot this gun at different targets at different ranges for like 10 minutes. Then see what happens in ranked. Take it from me. I've gone through plat twice this season on 2 different accounts. This gun really works, and it's even better on your grind through Diamond and Masters. You can usually catch a player distracted when third partying a team, allowing you to laser them down. If you're having a problem with somebody with a 30-30 repeater or a sniper or other long-range weapon, then make sure you have an Anvil receiver on that R301 so that you can contest them. Anvil is really strong right now, which is probably why the R301 is one of the best guns in the game right now. So try to contest those targets at long ranges and put pressure on them with Anvil. So this is the part of the video where we talk about what legends to use. To put it simply, you can use any legend to get out of plat. That's the honest truth. You can use any legend to get out of platinum. I use crypto though. Both times to get a plat, I would say that. For the most part, I use crypto. The reason why I use crypto is because his drone allows you to scan survey beacons, allows you to look at banners, see how many teams within range. I'm able to get the EMP push to help carry my randoms through fights, allowing them to win those fights a little bit easier, and I can get assists off of drone scans. Not to mention, being able to res your teammates is going to help you a lot as crypto, because since the meta behind platinum is about synergy and teamwork, just keep bringing your teammates back whenever they go down, and it works out. It's kind of like Bloodhound in a way in terms of ranking up, but a little more strategical. I find that being a leader as crypto tends to help me get a little bit more RP, and it might help some of you too. Crypto's a hard legend, so I don't recommend everyone to use them, but if you know how to play crypto well, then you're gonna have a good time in ranked with them. However, I did swap between Loba and Bloodhound towards the end of my ranked grind because I'm pretty comfortable with those legends. Loba is one of those legends that is just awesome for solo play. Being able to loot up and get a loadout for your squad is terrific, allowing you guys to win those early game fights much sooner because you're decked out with better loot. Bloodhound is also always going to be a pretty good legend to rank up with, and from what I found, a majority of people are probably going to like using Bloodhound to rank up with more because the scans are really good. Being able to use your ultimate to be aggressive or just for the extra mobility is amazing. Bloodhound's just overall good right now, but other legends you can use are Gibby, Horizon, Caustic. Those are all good characters that I think are going to help you climb easier than most legends. But at the end of the day, the legend you pick doesn't matter as much in plat. It matters a lot more in the higher ranks. Make it to the final zone early and don't be the center of attention. In the final zones, teams are going to be holding off at the ends. Whatever team the spotlight is on is going to get the most attention. You don't want to be that team. If that means not firing, or if that means just sticking to yourself and shooting at that team that's at the spotlight, then go for it. Try to get a kill or two. But really, you don't want to be at the spotlight of attention because everyone in the ring is going to be firing at you. What you really want to do is wait until the ring starts to close, and that's going to be your play. That's going to be when you're able to finish off remaining teams and win that game. Legends with offensive abilities like Caustic or Gibraltar are going to be really strong this final ring, so keep that in mind. You may want to use an ability that can negate their abilities, but other than that, focus up. It's going to be hella chaotic, but I believe in you. Alright, you can do it. You can clutch it up. You can come out on top. And like I usually say in these guides, don't deal with toxicity, my friends. Do not deal with it. You don't deserve it. You're an awesome human being, alright? And you don't need to deal with any of that. Just turn off game chat if you have to. If you have to. Just turn it off. Other than that, you can always mute your teammates. There's always a report button too if people are being real meaties. But at the end of the day, we're trying to reach diamond here. And we don't got time for childish people who want to be toxic. So just deny them that communication if they're treating you unfairly. And for this part, I'm just going to kind of go off script here and just talk a little freely to y'all. But y'all can do it. Y'all can get out of plat. I know a lot of you guys get stuck in here sometimes, but really, if you push yourself, if you follow these tips, you're going to do it and you're going to hit diamond. I know a lot of you want to hit that diamond trail. Y'all are hungry for that diamond trail. I know. I've been reading your comments, hearing about what you guys have been saying on my Discord. Trust me, you got this. You got this, my dude. Focus up, get them kill points, make it to the late game, and push forward. You don't need a team to reach diamond. You can do it all on your own. And for that bonus tip, I recently learned that if you play with streamer mode on, you can actually see the names of legends that are in your kill feed. This helps with third partying. So if you're third partying a fight that's nearby and you hear a certain gun going off, like, I don't know, like a G7 scout, and you see like someone downs 2 people to G7 scout in your kill feed, and that was a Bangalore, then bam, now you know there's a Bangalore in that team. This can help out, especially to know if you're pushing like a Caustic or a Gibby. It just gives you a little bit more info. So use that info as you will. Check out my streams on Twitch. We got good vibes and good energy. Plus, I show a lot more emotions on stream than I do when I'm recording off stream. So yeah, come check me out. We got cool people, and I got the best community on Twitch, to be honest. So yeah, come by. I read all your messages in chat too. And that being said, that's how you reach diamond, my friends. Leave a positive and supportive comment to someone in the comment section below, and I just might feature your motivating comment in my next video. Take it easy, and peace out.